Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be working on the CBR. We're going to be adding some carbon parts to it, so let's get into it. So the parts we're going to be adding today are this rear tire hugger, the exhaust cover, and the chain guard. We're also going to be adding a new rear tail because on mine, the previous owner laid it down and it cracked it pretty bad. So I found one on eBay that is the exact same color with the same color stickers, and we're gonna be redoing that to make it look a whole lot better. Okay, so the first two pieces that we're gonna be installing are the chain guard and the tire hugger. To do that, you wanna take off these three 5mm Allen bolts. So 1, 2 at the very back, and then there's this other one right by the brake line. To take this piece off, it's pretty simple. You just slide it right on out. There's no clips or anything. So the next thing we're gonna do is, instead of installing that tire hugger immediately, we're also gonna take off this chain guard. That way we can put in the chain guard first and not have to deal with the tire cover hanging over this and having to fit this in kind of in a weird way. To take off this chain guard, you have three 8mm bolts, one right here, one down there, and then one up here. So let's take those off. So to install the carbon parts, it's pretty easy. You just fit them in, replace the bolts that you took out, and they should be ready to go. So after installing, this is what they look like. They look really good, except this chain guard was a pain in my butt to install. Some of the holes were off, for example. I had to drill them out. But other than that, it looks really good. So the next thing we're gonna be replacing is this plastic exhaust cover with this carbon one. What's pretty cool about this one, it came with heat shielding, so that way it doesn't warp or destroy the epoxy from the carbon. So to take off this one, all you have to do is undo this Allen head bolt and then pull down. So while you have the two pieces off, you're going to want to take this rubber grommet from the plastic one and put it into the carbon one. So to take it out, you just kind of smush it together, and with some force it'll come out. And then to put it back in the carbon one, you just kind of again press it together. So the next thing we're going to be working on is replacing this whole tail section, because like I said earlier, the previous owner dropped it and left this huge crack. First, to do that, you want to pop the rear trunk, if I can get it. Pop the rear trunk, take it off. I'm gonna take off these 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So after you get done removing those 4 bolts, you wanna remove the 2 Allen head bolts under here. After you remove those 2 bolts, you just wanna lift up the seat, and then you are able to take off the rear tail. So to take this rear tail off, you just wanna grab under each side. It's always, it would help if I take the key out. So again, you pull under each side, pull up, and it comes out pretty easy. I have the TST tail light, so to take that out, it's held in by these 2 bolts on the very rear. So to take that out, after the bolts are out, just pull it out, and it comes out. So to reassemble it, you wanna slide in your tail light, line everything back up, pull these 2 edges out. That helps it get over the rear subframe. Make sure all the wires are tucked. So after you get your 4 bolts put back on, you're pretty much done. All you gotta do is put the seat back on, put the cover on, and after putting all that back on, it looks like we are done with the whole tail section. You can see we got the chain guard installed, the tire hugger installed, new tail without the crack, and then the exhaust cover in carbon as well. So that wraps it up. As you can see, we installed all the carbon parts. It looks pretty good, turned out pretty well. There were a couple holes that took a while to drill out, but you can expect that from carbon. Otherwise, it looks really good, and yeah, we'll see you next video. See ya.